It's really just about collecting leaves, getting a GPS point, writing a couple other things down, and having a great day in the woods. We are here at the Fairfield Osborne Preserve, which is part of Sonoma State's campus, to do the Sudden Oak Death Blitz. And that is a citizen science project. It's a collaboration between UC Cooperative Extension, UC Berkeley, and the Master Gardener program of Sonoma County. Sudden oak death is the disease that is caused by a pathogen called Phytophthora ramorum, and that's a water mold. And it has been infecting oak trees as well as over 100 species of foliar hosts and tan oak trees for over 20 years now in California and Oregon. And it seemed to get a little better in the drought, but what we're finding is that it did not go away, and in fact it has come back with a vengeance after the drought. So in some areas of Sonoma County, we actually see a 10-fold increase in incidence of sudden oak death just in the last 2 years.
Thank you so much for coming, everybody. I'm Carrie Whittinger. This is the Sudden Oak Death Blitz at Osborne Preserve. Are we all here for the right reason? Fantastic.
I like to say it's a hike in the woods and you're collecting leaves from California bay laurel trees that look infected. There's a video going on showing you what to look for. You collect your leaves, you get 5 to 10, put them in a little packet, take your GPS location, then you just write down a couple pieces of information such as, is there a tree nearby that's an oak tree that looks like it's dying? And then you write down things like how far it was between the last tree that you saw. So for example, if you walk 200 yards and you're looking for an infected tree and you don't see anything, you write that down even if you don't have a sample, because that's still helpful information to let us know that actually there isn't a disease in this area.
That's number 47 sample, I think.
48.
Oh,
We did
okay,
2 over
that's
there.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that looks
Right.
like a telltale sign. Alrighty, onward.
Bay laurel is a common tree found on Fairfield Osborne Preserve, and if you look on some of the leaves, what you're looking for is a classic sign of Phytophthora ramorum, which would be a darkening beneath a dark brown band, and then above that you'll find a yellow haloing mark, and then the rest of it just looks like a normal leaf. So it's pretty hidden. You wouldn't think that anything's wrong unless you know about what you're looking at or looking for.
The pathogen looks different on different leaves depending on where it's facing. If the leaf is vertical or horizontal, you will see the signs of the browning on the leaf depending on where the water is going to be pooled or collected. So like the water collected on the side, and this one too, it was laying sideways. This one's like, it was almost dead when I found it.
This place really means a lot to me, so I wanted to get more of an in-depth look at, what are we looking at problem-wise with this pathogen on this preserve. You're able to become more aware of the problem when you're actually looking for it. Otherwise, when you're just kind of wandering around here in the woods, you kind of think, oh, it's nature, there's probably nothing wrong with it. You don't really think about any sort of pathogens or anything that might be really taking effect. And when you're out here and you're actually looking for things and you hear of something that might be a problem, that's when it becomes more real, and that's when you are paying more attention to what kind of problems actually exist here in the natural world.
One reason this is really important to do today is because we need to make sure people know that this is still a problem. And this data that we get, we could never get without the help of citizens. So citizen science utilizes the public, non-scientists, to get data in massive amounts. So we have public coming up here, landowners, students, people that are just neighbors nearby, and they may be concerned about oaks on their property. They just might love this preserve, or they may want to help science. And so what they can do is come collect some pretty simple, well laid out data that scientists have come up with protocols for. And they collect that information and then they give it to the scientific community to use. And then scientists get to find out, what do we have and how can we use this? So there's an app called Sod Map Mobile that's really easy to get on your phone. And you can literally just push a button and it tells you, where am I standing right now? What is the risk that a tree will have sudden oak death? And it maps that using the data from this blitz. So if we find out today on the preserve that there are X number of trees from this very spot that I'm standing that have sudden oak death, that will help make that app available for the public.
It's just about being an active member in your community and then also helping out these things like this today. If we didn't volunteer and do this, then it wouldn't get done, and these trees don't have as much samples sent off and research can't be done as correctly. It's just people need to get involved. You can't expect somebody else to do it. And I feel like that's a lot of people's problems is the bystander effect, where they say, oh, somebody else will do it. No, you can do it. Be that person, be the change you want to be. That's my closing statement. Drop mic.
If you use the public, you activate the community to get more information. Another thing is you're actually educating the public. So not just are you getting data, you're getting people to care and be informed and maybe speak up and get more done.